Greetings, fellow RotoBallers. It is time. It is our Week 4 starts and sits. Here we go, Dave. I'm going to go first with my start of the week, and this kind of pains me to say, but this guy's got 7 passing touchdowns through 3 games. He's throwing the guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown, TJ Hawkinson. This team is scoring points right now. They're playing a Seahawks team. Doesn't score a lot of points. It's Jared Goff. I think he's a QB2 play at least this week. He's my start of the week, Dave.
That's crazy, Joey. And how quickly we've turned on this guy. He was our start last week, and now he finds himself in the doghouse once again. It's Kirk Cousins. And that's because in a cush matchup last week at home, just completed over half his passes, and he bailed you out with a fourth quarter drive. Now he's over the pond. His clock's going to be more jacked up than normal, facing a team that just held Brady to 200 pass yards. No captain, my captain, Kirk.
And right here at Week 4 on Start Sits, we're bringing the big names, Dave. My tight end start of this week is a guy who only took 6 years to bounce onto the scene. It's David Njoku. He's going up against the Falcons. He had 9 receptions for 89 yards and a touch last week. And Dave, Jacoby Brissett, he's handing the ball off to Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, and then he's throwing the ball to Njoku or Amari Cooper. That's it. If that's the piece of pie right there, I like the volume play. He is a start for me in Week 4.
That guy is a man. And now let's talk about the Rams, Joe, who just seem a little off to me. And I do not feel like this is the week they turn back on. So I'm saying sit Tyler Higbee. It's a division rival, a team that just so happens to be the worst matchup for tight ends right now. And after Tyler Higbee had more drops than my 0-3 fantasy team on waiver night, we've seen his targets go down each and every week, Joe. He's a sit for me. And now let's move on to the pass catchers. Let's keep it sexy. Gabe Davis, Joey. We're going to hop over to the wide receivers. But first, I should also tell you guys you need to be liking and subscribing and follow us on TikTok at RotoBaller NFL. But let's do some math, Joey, okay? NFL's best pass offense taking on the worst pass defense. What does that equal? So many points. You're starting all your Bills. I think after a quiet 6-target game last week, 1 week removed from that ankle injury, Gabe is going to make a big splash in Week 4.
And let's move over to our wide receivers in Week 4. Let's keep slamming the Rams here. They're going up against the 49ers defense on Monday Night Football that's allowing the 3rd fewest fantasy points to opposing wide receivers right now. And this wide receiver has 7 receptions for 88 yards. No, not last week. The entire season right now. It's Allen Robinson. He's definitely playing second fiddle in that offense, and they might struggle to move the ball on Monday night. Allen Robinson, he's a sit for me.
Playing fourth fiddle to Skronik or whatever that guy's name is.
Too many fiddles.
Yeah. Is it my turn to hit it with a start of a running back? I think so.
Yeah, give me that running back start of the week, Dave.
All right, I'll go ahead and tell you. It's Javonte Williams. We're keeping the train rolling, and this is a guy I lobbied for all offseason on TikTok, which you should be following us at RotoBaller NFL. I say let Russ cook only sandwiches, Joey. Let's let Javonte into the kitchen to be chef, okay? Raiders are giving up the 3rd most fantasy points to running backs, and I think this is the week he makes the most of those 15 to 17 touches.
Oh, please be true. Please be true. And finally, our RB sit of the week. Everybody dim the lights. Come on into classes in session for my PowerPoint. Dave, what if I told you this running back is going up against the 3rd defense that's giving up the 3rd fewest points to opposing running backs? Next slide. This defense has not given up a rushing touchdown yet this year. Next slide. This running back hasn't scored a touchdown yet this year. Next slide. And his highest total of rushing yards is only 65 rushing yards. It's Josh Jacobs. Questions till after the class because everybody needs to know Josh Jacobs needs to be on the bench this week against the Denver Broncos defense. The Raiders are going to have to do it through the air.
I was just going to ask, do I have to start him?
No, you do not.
Okay,
you can
good.
now all use the lavatory. We're good to go. Okay. Everybody strap it in because here comes our 60-second Week 4 RotoBaller Start Sit recap coming at you right now. Our Week 4 starts and sits this week. Let's start with the starts. Jared Goff, 7 passing touchdowns through 3 games against the Seahawks defense. Let's roll. He's a start definitely this week. David Njoku, back on the scene. Never showed up 6 year in, not 89 yards and a touch last week. He is definitely a start. Gabe Davis, Big offense, big points to be had. He's definitely a start. And Javonte Williams, can it please be true? He's our running back start of week 4.
My fantasy teams beg you, Javonte. And here are 4 players you're going to want to leave on that cold, cold bench of yours. Captain Kirk's matchup is anything but the Big Easy. 49ers have been a nightmare for opposing tight ends, and that's not going to stop for Tyler Higbee. And the same goes for his teammate, Allen Robinson. I mean, that guy deserves to be on your fantasy bench after what he's done to your fantasy team, both this year and last. And finally, Josh Jacobs cannot crack 70 yards this season, and we don't see that changing versus stout Denver run D. Now, follow, and go in that league.
See you in the comments.